beautiful people, it's your girl T, and I'm here to do a page in A Million Cute Animals by Lulu Mayo. This is for January hashtag Color Your Hoard 2022 that I am co-hosting with Lovella. So what I'm going to do is periodically come on and color in a book that would qualify for whatever month hashtag I'm working on. So for this month, it will be this, a page in this book, and I'll probably only get 2 videos out of this one because I started so late. But this is also a book that I'm trying to complete in 2022. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to all of the people that stopped by to come and watch me color in this book, and also to any new subscribers, existing subscribers. If you're just stopping by, you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and be a part of the beautiful people family. I'd love to have you. I enjoy reading all the comments, all of the encouraging words, all of the compliments. You all are so lovely, so beautiful, and I truly, truly appreciate you all. So let's go ahead and get started. So the page that I'm going to work on is this page here, not this page, this one here. This will be the one that I submit for the January Color Your Hoard for 2022. So hopefully I finish it before the end of the month. So I got to get going, right? Oh, I see I missed something here. But anyways, what I did on this page is I based it with Lyra Aquacolor crayons, and I let that dry. So I just picked some colors that I wanted to use. And if you didn't see the last video, I did mention that I will be using pink in every page because that's my thing. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the background yet. It might be a black sky because I want these lights to kind of shine. So I'll be working on that last because I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to zoom in, and this is going to be like a color chat. Don't do that to me, book. I'm going to have to bend it a little bit to lay flat. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom on in. And I'm going to start up here. And I'm going to start with the lighter green areas. And I'm going to be using Prismacolor Premiers on this particular page. So I'll be using PC 907, which is Peacock Green. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. Peacock Green. I'm using PC 909, which is Grass Green. And then I'm using PC 912, which is Apple Green. And you're probably wondering, why are some gold and some silver? Well, the difference between these two are, this one here is from I don't know if it's vintage, but the sets that were made in the US. And if you can see here, it says made in USA by Sanford, because Sanford was the manufacturer at the time. Prismacolor, and they put it in gold writing. I think that the gold writing makes them look like a really expensive pencil. And then this one here is just the one that's made in Mexico. You know, there's no really engraving on this pencil, where on this one you can actually feel the impression in the wood across the Prismacolor, so it's like stamped in the wood as well. All right, so yes, so let me go ahead and move those out of the way, and I'm going to start with Apple Green. So this is going to be kind of a little bit of a color and chat. So you guys, I haven't done one in a long time, so bear with me. I guess I can start with the holidays. We had a great holiday. I hope you guys did. Christmas. We decided to stay home. We didn't travel to anyone's home, in-laws, nor my family. We decided to stay home and celebrate Christmas here at home. And I typically, I like to go visit family, but with COVID-19, I just wanted to play it safe and not really do that. So we stayed here and just spent some time together. We played games. We went to go see lights in our town. I baked a lot. I baked like, I think 4 or 5 different cookies. You know, my snickerdoodles are always on request, so I had to make snickerdoodles. I made Rolo cookies. I made these cranberry toffee chip cookies. I made, what else did I make? Oh yeah, those called peanut blossoms. The peanut butter cookies with the Hershey Kiss in the middle. Made those. And did I make anything else? Oh, yeah, that was it for the baking. I also, okay, so for Christmas, one of the things that we actually do is every year before Christmas, we get together, each person in the family, which is 4 of us, get to choose one country that we would like to have our Christmas dinner, you know, what country we would like our Christmas dinner theme to be. So, so my husband chose, I think, Cuba. I chose Puerto Rico, and my eldest, he chose Russia. He always wants to like do something out of the box. He chose Russia, and then Christian chose Japanese. So I put it in a randomizer wheel and just let it, you know, spin like, oh, spin the wheel. So Christians won. So we had a Japanese Christmas dinner. And the cool thing about our Christmas dinner is that the men do the cooking. So my son and my husband, the oldest, Christian, although he chose the Japanese theme, and his one, he's too young to cook, and he would just kind of get in the way in the kitchen. So, you know, they didn't have him really help with much. His country just won. So, but anyways, the men cooked, and we had a nice menu. We come up with the menu together as a family. And so we had miso ramen soup. We had tonkatsu. We had an okonomiyaki, which is like a savory pancake. We had a big, huge sushi platter, of course, purchased. Nobody made that. What else did we have? We had rice, chicken teriyaki. My husband fired up the grill, the charcoal grill, and grilled the chicken with the teriyaki. And what else did we? Tonkatsu. Oh, we had seaweed salad, and we had gyoza, which is a Japanese dumpling. Oh my gosh, everything was so delicious. They really did a great job on dinner. I was like, oh my gosh, every year it's like gets better and better. So I had to do desserts at least. So I decided I let them kind of choose, but it ended up being, I made a green tea pound cake. So I made a green tea pound cake, and then we had you know, other things too that we had, you know, purchased or whatever. So we had that, and it was really, really nice. I really enjoyed our Christmas dinner. And we had one guest come over, and she was like, everything was so good. I'll post a picture of what our dinner looked like right here. I'll post a picture of the plate right here, but it was delicious. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And, you know, I was kind of nervous about the okonomiyaki because I've never had a savory pancake. When I think of pancakes, they're like, you know, do you want some pancake with your syrup? I'm like putting all, you know, syrup and butter, and I like cinnamon in mine. And so I was like, oh no, it's like a pancake that's savory. I don't know if I'm going to like that. You know, I had my mind, you know, I think my mind is psyched out. Pancakes are supposed to be sweet, not savory. But I tell you, that was really good. And I think we're going to be making that again, not for Christmas, but, you know, just to have it, you know, just as a regular dinner one day, because it was delicious. And the only frustrating part was trying to go shopping for all of the food items that we needed, like the miso and everything, because I had to go to the Asian market, but it's so hard to shop in there because I don't understand a lot of the language, and some of the things in the aisles are not really in English. They just told you like maybe what country you were shopping in, but they had things mixed in, so it wasn't really correct. So I actually had to get the customer service guy to come and help me, but he was so sweet. He took us to everything that was on the list and showed us where it was, and it was like mainly on maybe like 3 or 4 aisles. And we just, you know, got to shop and kind of enjoy the process. But I was a little frustrated in the beginning because when I was trying to find things, I couldn't. And I didn't know if this, you know, if I got this instead of this, if that was the same. And I couldn't ask anyone because there was really no one to ask. So it was a little, you know, my eldest had to come with me, and we ended up using our phones to look some things up. And some of the things we actually had to order on Amazon because they didn't have them there in the store. So, but, you know, everything was delicious. I'm trying to tell you guys, very, very delicious. And I'm thankful for men in my family who know how to cook. And I think that if you have a man that knows how to cook, whew, lucky. I'm trying to tell you, you can sit back and just let them do it sometimes. I grew up in a household where my dad, like, is the best cook in the house. So, you know, he was the one cooking, like, holiday dinners and stuff like that. And my mom would do baking, and now my dad does both baking and the cooking. So, you know, my mom she still does it, but my dad really likes to do it. So it's like, he doesn't even really want you in there unless you're prepping for him. But yes, Christmas was awesome. I hope you guys had an awesome Christmas too. And if you didn't last year, I hope this year is the best Christmas that you've ever had in your life. I'm wishing that for you. But yeah, so that was Christmas. We didn't get any snow, so it wasn't a white Christmas. We didn't really go out. We didn't do much, you know, just stayed in and enjoyed each other's company. You know, ate food, laughed, talked. It was just a really nice, relaxing evening. All right, so basically, guys, what I'm doing here is putting my lightest color down and bringing it down as far as I want it to come. With basing, and basing means just laying like a first layer of some color. You can either do that with marker, you can do it with watercolor. I like to use Lyra Aquacolor or Neocolor 2s. And so basically I put the first layer down, and I'm just using it as the lightest color. So then I can just go in here and shade. So I like to work one color first, as you can see. So we may not be able to finish this entire video. Probably do a part 2 or finish it off screen, because I do want to get this done before the end. But maybe I'll do the second video and then finish it off screen. Let me add a little more up here, a little light. So basically I'm bringing this down as far as I want it. Like keeping the tips of the lighter green. Trying to fade that out. I don't want to put too much pressure on the paper because I don't want to compromise it. And then when I go use the other colors, it won't you know, it'll gum up because it won't take anymore. So I have to also be careful of that because this paper is pretty slick. All right, so let's see, move down here to these. What I like about this book is that it's small. And really, you know, it won't take a long time to do a page unless you're, you know, unless you just are, you know, someone who likes to take your time. Me, like I tell Lovella and many of my coloring friends I talk to on the phone, I don't have all that kind of time. I don't have that kind of time. So sometimes I get a little messy, but for the most part, I'm trying to finish pages, and I find that basing pages like this cuts down the time, and that's just my opinion. It may not be, you know, the opinion of others, but to me, it cuts down the length of time. It doesn't even take me like an hour to even base this whole thing because I know what colors I'm using. You know, you go with the water and just put it everywhere. And I don't care if some areas are dark or light, because when you're coloring it in, it actually looks pretty good. I mean, sometimes it messes it up, but I don't worry too much with, oh, it on too dark here. Like say here, it's too dark, this one's light, because that's okay. I can play around. Not every flower or leaf is the same, and it's an imperfection, and I love imperfections, because I think sometimes it's the imperfections that make you know, your art look, or your coloring look really nice. It doesn't have to be perfect. Not every thing is, you know, the same. Even if it's the same flower, it may have a different pattern, or, you know, lighter color than the next flower. Even though it's the same color, it's a little lighter. Some petals might have a little mark on it, so that's okay. It is okay. All right, I'm gonna go over to this side now. Well, let me do the vines. I'm just gonna go up the vine up a bit, not too far up. Maybe about 2/3 of the way. There we go. Okay, we have itty bitty vines here. Go up. All right, there's one up here. That way. And then we have some way down here. I'll go ahead and add that. So how many of you who are watching participate in Color Your Hoard with Lovella from previous years? You know what would happen to me, guys? I would actually color a picture and say, oh, this is for Color Your Hoard, and never get it over to her in time for the video. And so I did a lot of coloring in books that I don't normally color in, or hadn't colored in, and did not get those submitted, but that's okay. As long as I'm tackling what it is I want to tackle, you know. I need to color in my books. And I really like that this book that we're doing is a smaller size book. Really excited about this one, even though I didn't choose this one. I forget which one I chose. Just do the vines and I'll get over to the other leaves. And we'll go with the second color. I may only do, we're at like 20 minutes now, so I'll probably do a little bit of the next color, the second darkest, which is grass green. And I'll probably move on. I'm just gonna catch all the vines. I gotta color, pre-base that one first, so I won't color that one on screen. More vines here. So if you're wanting to join completing this book with me and you want to share the pictures you're doing, you can join T's World of Adult Coloring on Facebook. And there you'll find where we'll post like, oh, who wants to color this page with me today or this week? And that's how we do it. It's just, we're just doing it together. No pressure. You don't have to finish it any certain time. You can just go in the order that we're buddy coloring. You know, it's up to you. If you don't want to color the same pages, that's fine too. If you just want to focus on coloring the book from beginning to end, that's okay. It's just doing something together as a group. Anyone and everyone's invited. You will find that I'm a very inclusive person. I want everyone to feel included and valued who are, you know, in my groups. I don't like drama, so it stays drama free because I don't tolerate that. We have enough things going on in the world to have drama and coloring. This should be you know, my group is a place where you can come share, get ask questions, share your work with people, get positive and encouraging comments, and no drama. T does not do drama, y'all. And so if you're interested, yeah, just go over there to Facebook and join. And it doesn't matter if you don't have the book yet. This is the first one we're coloring together anyway. I'm just doing this one over here because I want it to match. So I'm going to do both. But I'm just going to, once I finish this one, I'll submit it, but then I'll come and color that one later. And so I am keeping track of the colors I'm using. So if you are wanting to know what colors I'm using, that will also be in the description. If you want to know what colors I'm using for the Prismacolor. Feel free to check that out. You're more than welcome to check that out and use them in your own. All right, so then we have just this section here, and I'll go in and start doing a little bit of the second color, and then we'll I'll go ahead and end the video. But yeah, so you know, and a lot of people just, you know, want to find comfort in a hobby like this. If it's a hobby for you, I love coloring. It makes me feel great. I get to do things my way. You know, and no way is the wrong way. Your way, the way you want to do it is good. Whatever makes you feel good, that's what you do. So what I'm doing is just trying to like shade where I think that the sun can't hit because the sun's coming this way. So I'm shading areas where I think the sun is not getting to the light source. So this section of the leaf might have a little bit more shading than any other part. All right, see how fast this is going? We're only in 24 minutes. I'm talking and coloring, and I've gotten almost all of the leaves colored in with the lightest color. And I'm trying to use a circular motion. It's not always possible, but because I'm trying to not turn the page while I color. So hope the camera's not shaking either. also too, if you're looking at this page, Lulu Maya also gives little hints of where you can do shading. Like I don't always use their little guides, but you can. So if she's doing this here, you can shade here. Like I can do some of it. And these little dots where she has those lines, you can use that for shading, for guides, and where you can put, you know, your darker colors on your leaf like that. I don't necessarily use that, but it is, you know, you can. There's no little dots under this area, but I know I want to do some shading there. So, you know, to each his own. You can do it that way. You can't, if you don't want to. You might want your light source to come from this angle and you want to shade the opposite side. That's okay. So yeah, but this is a cute book and I'm already enjoying coloring it. I'm just trying not to press too hard. I have a heavy hand, and sometimes with slick paper and using soft pencils, in my opinion, they can gum up if you're not careful. You don't want to burnish. All right, oop, forgot that guy and this here. Let's see. Hope you guys can see that. That color is almost close to the color that I based with, but not quite. So this area I'm going to shade because this flower might be blocking the sun. So I'll go with her lines on this one. And then we're going to go under here because that's the lip of the leaf. All right, so we're going to go over here, put some shading here. Again, this is apple green that I'm using right now. One of my favorite colors. As you can see, it's pretty low. And I think this is my second one because the first one that I used was the Made in USA one. And I do have other ones that are Made in USA, other backups, but I decided to use up the Made in Mexico ones first before I, you know, use those. So yes, but I hope everyone is doing well, that your New Year is going great, that you've, you know, set some new things you'd like to do this year. Maybe not affirmations or resolutions, but just things that you want to work on. Because I find that sometimes if you make resolutions and you don't accomplish them, it makes you feel bad. So I decided not to say resolutions, goals. And if, you know, if I can achieve them, great. If I can't, then I can try again. Let's see. All right, so that is all of the light, the first green. Make sure I got all of the leaves with this color down, and I do. And so I'm just gonna do a couple up here with my next color, which is grass green. So that's PC 909. That's my second darkest green. And I'm just going to come here and add a little bit more shading on top of that apple green. I'm going to check now if I put this second layer down, and this is a thing with me. I don't know if anyone else does this. If I put the second layer down and it's acting like it does not want to take that second layer, I will not use it, and I will go to my darkest and just call it quits because I don't want it to look gummy, if you know what I mean. See how it's smearing like that? I'm gonna just try this one leaf and see if I can make that go away. I'm gonna do it light, so I'm holding my pencil up here because I have another layer to put on, but I don't wanna, you know, put too many layers of this, so I have to be very careful. And that's the only thing with, you know, using soft pencils, because I got to come back over this with that other green, the lightest green, and trying to, you know, feather this out as much as I can but this wants to come up. I already see it. So that's that right there. Okay, so we're gonna do this one under here. This little areas. Oh, see, you see that? I'm holding it here. It's too hard. So I'm gonna pull my fingers back up here so I can make sure I'm doing it light pressure. I always have to catch myself, guys. I'm always wanting to just go for it. I always want to just go for it. I don't know if anyone else has that problem. Oh, see? T, keep your hands back here. Keep your hand back. So I'm just adding that nice and light. Because that next color, which is the peacock green, is going to be the darkest green on here, and I want to really use it to add contrast instead of black. So if that's the right word, I'm sure some artists will say, you used the wrong word. Okay, well, teach me then. Teach me. I like to learn. Just teach me. All right. Yeah, but I'm really excited about doing Color Your Horde with Lovella. She's like one of my closest friends. I call her a best friend because she really is. And the thing is, guys, I've never met her. We went to the same high school, same grade, same year, and we probably have been in a class together. She was in band, I was in track and field, and I was on the cross country team, and I'm sure that we probably walked past each other a couple times. I'm sure we had classes together. We just don't remember each other in class. But she goes and pulls out a yearbook and she finds my picture. I'm like, oh no, don't start showing the yearbook pictures. I found you the yearbook. So ever since we found out that we went to the same high school in California, we have been friends ever since, and I love her to death, and she's a sweetheart. Anyone who knows her personally, she is so sweet. And the plan is to go out and visit her real soon. It's easier for me to travel because I don't have a small child, and I don't have pets at this point. So, and you know, my husband and my oldest, if he's available, can keep an eye on the little one I have, you know, for a little weekend trip or something like that to go visit her. Okay, so guys, again, I'm going to have to go over this with the lightest color that I'm using. So I really want to be as light as possible. I probably will not use these pencils well, I'm going to use it on the opposite page, but I probably will not use these pencils on another page in this book unless I decide not to base it. Just because I like to base, and I really, really want to do that for this book. All right, so I think that's gonna be all that I do. This one's a little darker than this. Let me go up here. Hold the pencil back, T. Hands back. Just don't want to get it too gummy. There's a lot of wax build up on that, on this, and I just don't want to do too much. I want to concentrate on these areas where the light, you know, is not shining. Do a little more on this one. right. Okay, let me do this one really quick again. All right, so that's all I'm gonna do on screen. Maybe when I come back, look, I forgot to put some here. When I come back, I'll have all of the leaves shaded with the second color green, which is my grass green, and that way we can move on to the peacock green for the next video. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this so far. I got some colored, not a lot, but at least it's going. And if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me zoom out so you guys can see how it looks. Yeah, if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Click the subscribe button. And until next time, you guys, take care.